Good morning, everybody. I'm in the hoop house, and if you saw my videos, I covered it with bamboo. So let's go out and plant our Vego Garden. It's 11 inches tall, 8 feet long. I have lots of plants to put in it. I'm really excited. Thanks to Vego Gardens for sending that to me. I appreciate it, and so far it has been spectacular. Let's go plant. The area that I picked was kind of overrun with some raspberries, so I'm going to have to do some weed whacking with that. And because of that, I did lay 4 layers of cardboard down, just because I don't want the grass or the raspberries coming up through there. And you can see that it's going to get a lot of sun. It's on the south side of my greenhouse, and I'm going to put straw all the way around. That will also help suppress raspberries and the grass that may want to come up there. And the next thing that I'm going to do is actually add a little more cardboard inside. So I'm using the boxes that I got from Vego Garden, and I got a retractable hose reel set and this raised bed. So I don't want to add anything to the landfill, so I am going to use that cardboard also. So I just cut up all those boxes, and so it's about probably added another inch and a half to the raised bed. So there you can see all the pieces of the cardboard, and then I added about 2 inches of straw. That will hold the cardboard, suppress the weeds, and it's just something I do in raised beds. I have found it works really well. The next thing I'm going to do is add some dried branches. Whenever I cut branches off of my trees or shrubs, I save them. These are about 3 years old, so that when they start getting moisture, they'll biodegrade very well in this raised bed. Next thing is I used a combination of Kellogg garden soil and their raised bed mixture, half and half. And so I'm just on my very last bag, and I want to fill it up so there's only about an inch from the top. You want to leave a little bit of space so in case you have really hard rain, you don't want the soil washing out. And if you've made raised beds, after it gets watered a few times, it's going to compact itself down. And so now it's time for plants. I got these plants from one of our local nurseries, the Plant Shack, and I like to buy plants from all the different little nurseries that we have around town, so just to support them. And Plant Shack has always had great plants for me. They have done a lot of favors for the master gardeners, so I really like to support them too. And so I'm just laying them out. I want to know where I want to have each of the plants, and that's an important thing to do before you start digging. And I mean, you can always change your mind when you very first start. And in fact, later, I'm going to change my mind. So let's plant some basil first. And I can't keep that cardboard around those plants. If you live in a really moist area, you can. It will biodegrade, but I'm just too dry here. And so then I'm starting to plant. This is actually a cucumber that I was going to let trail. And the more I thought about it, it was like, I think I'm going to change my mind. So I pulled it back out. I'll put it in the greenhouse, give it a good soak so that it settles back down into that pot. And I pulled out some of my butternut squash from Survival Seeds 2024, and I thought, I'm going to plant those here. And so let's just go through and we're going to plant all the plants in there. We're making a good hole. We're going to plant it, firm each plant in. It doesn't take very much time, especially when you've already decided where everything is going to go. And if you're doing it as fast as this video, it would be exceptional. So here's all the plants. And it is going to be a great planter. Now remember, it's 2 feet wide, 8 feet long, and 11 inches high. Next thing you got to do is you have to give it a really, really good soak. You want it to penetrate all the way down past those branches into the straw, onto the cardboard. One of the things to note, don't use glossy cardboard. So this is my 11-inch raised bed from Vego Garden, and it's all planted. I have 2 lemon balms on the ends. I have 4 butternut squash, 2 peppers, 2 basils, and 3 tomatoes. That's a lot of stuff in an 8-foot bed. The butternut squash will topple over. I put the lemon balm on the ends so that it would spread out. And the tomatoes will grow tall. I'll put some support in there later. Basil loves tomatoes. Peppers love touching each other, so when they get big, they'll touch. And this is a perfect raised bed. So thank you, Vego Garden. I appreciate it, and I will give you an update as it grows through the summer. This is Sandy at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. I'll see you next time.